Like, how do you live without alcohol? That's a big question when you're drinking and when you're in early sobriety. What is this life without booze, especially people in the military where it's just nonstop, right? You can't even grasp the concept of a life without alcohol. Um, yeah, I get it. I couldn't either. I didn't think it existed, but it takes about 6 months before your life just kind of goes on, right? Those first 6 months are very, very hard. And I'll tell you, the person who is 1 minute to 7 days sober and listening to this, you are the strongest person in the world because it's so easy to just make it all go away and just take a shot, drink a beer, glass of wine, whatever your drink of choice is. You know, like you feel awful right now. And you know, if you just take a drink, it'll stop. But you don't want to. You're at the point where you're like, I can't. I have, I cannot drink anymore. And so you're just sitting there suffering. I know because my first 7 days were absolutely miserable. The first 3 days were the worst. But you got to hang on, man. Hang on. Go to an AA meeting. If you don't want to go to an AA meeting, listen to an AA meeting on your phone. Just Google online AA meetings, tap into one, um, turn off your camera, turn off your mic, sign in as Mickey Mouse, and just listen. Just listen to the stories that people tell and the things that they do. And I'm telling you, there's going to be little bombs that go off as you hear these people's stories because you're going to be like, oh my God, I do that too. Oh my God, I did something very similar to that. And each time those little bombs happen, it like takes you down from the crazy ledge, one peg at a time, because you finally recognize that you're not the only one. You're not stuck in this war by yourself with this mini bar in a circular, repetitive hamster wheel of wake up feeling like shit, try to recover, mend whatever you damage control from the day before, and then get off work or finish your day and then do it again and again and again and again. You've had enough of that, right? And so you know you don't want to go back to that. And you know if you start drinking, it's not just going to be one. It's just going to be another day of it. And you're going to prolong this until you either die or you decide you've had enough. And you just got to keep going. After about 3, 4 days, you'll feel like a normal human, physically. And after about a week, you feel pretty good. You feel really, really good in a week compared to what you feel like right now. And then getting to that first 30 days it's a, some people say take it one day at a time. It's like, man, I was taking it 1 minute at a time. I mean, it was really difficult to stay sober because I didn't know what else to do. Like that's one of the things that happens when you stop drinking is you don't realize how much time and energy and brain space that drinking consumed of your life. And so now you're sober and you don't know what to do with all of this time because you're so used to just being drunk and the time just goes until it goes. You don't have enough time when you're drinking, but now when you're sober, you got all kinds of time. And but you just hang in there, keep going to meetings, find somebody, find one, two people that you want to that you trust, and talk to them. Listen to online meetings. Do whatever you like to do. I like hot yoga is good. Swimming, work on cars, go play pool, like take your dog for a walk. These are all things that you can do to occupy your time that will eventually just become your new life. it'll become your new routine. It's just so foreign to you because you haven't done it in so long, right? But after a couple of months, getting up, walking your dog, going to work, leaving work, stopping at the hot yoga studio, doing a class or the gym or the VFW to BS with your buddies, whatever is going to become your new routine, your new life. That's going to fill up all the time that alcohol is currently filling up. It's just right now you've got to start merging it. You've got to start, doing those things regularly instead of drinking. And the more days that go by, the more wake ups and go to bed that happen as you're doing these new things, the less and less you'll think about alcohol. I say alcohol is like a bad breakup. Every one of us has been through some sort of toxic or bad breakup in our life, right? And or had your heart broken, and you were just in love with this person or whatever, and you just obsessively, compulsively thought about them for a while. Whether you're checking their social media to see what they're up to, or did she respond to my text? Did she read my email? Whatever. And you're obsessed with that person. You think about them every minute of the day for a while. And then time goes on and you start to think about them less and less. You start to talk to new people. You start to do other things. And before you know it, she crosses your mind every now and then. And eventually, she never crosses your mind at all unless somebody brings her up. And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to her in 10 years, right? It's the same type of breakup with alcohol. You're going to obsess about it. It compulsively obsess. It's miserable. It sucks. It takes, a month for that to go away. But then what happens is you start filling up your day with new things and new people, places, and things, and then you start thinking about alcohol less and less, and then eventually you don't think about it at all. And unless somebody else brings it up, like even going into a restaurant that serves alcohol or a bar, it doesn't trigger you after a while. You've moved on with your life. You're this whole new person, and you didn't even realize it. All you had to do was just stay sober 1 minute at a time, one day at a time. And I think why special operators are so good, with recovery is it's no different than you getting through the grind, right? And training. It's just putting one foot in front of the other, right? There's times in, your special program uh in training where it was just a blur. You were just putting one foot in front of the other and surviving, right? That's what the first 30 days of being sober is like. You just got to put one foot in front of the other and trust the buddy on your left or right to help carry you to the end of that evolution because you're tapped, right? You're just in autopilot right now, right? And so let us help you. Reach out, call somebody, go to a meeting, call me. Like, let us help carry you to that 30-day mark so that you can build a new life for yourself, for you, your family, your kids. You owe it to yourself and to them to be the best version of yourself for them. And I'm telling you, if you drink like I did and what I saw in the Navy, none of us are the best version of ourselves when we're like that. Um, and it's a great life over here on the other side. And I welcome all of you to come over here and see it. Right. But it's not an easy path to get here. But once you get here, you're going to be like, damn, dude, I'm never going back. And you gotta get through it, man. And we'll help you.